Hey, how's it going? I don't know why I asked that. I can't hear you. Anyway, stop watching porn! Alright? Something needs to be said. We don't talk about this enough in the body of Christ. So, let's get down to business here. The point of this video, I'm going to try and make it real short here. We're just dealing with, we're going to start dealing with some of the tactics and strategies that go into this. And again, a lot of this is going to apply to other sins too, but I'm mostly talking in the context of pornography because it doesn't get enough attention. So, right now I'm going to talk about the idea of compromise, or what I call compromise. You might not see it as that right now, but let me just give you some background from my own experience here. When I was trying to quit porn and not really succeeding, most of the time the thing that would cause me to fall back in wasn't me deciding, you know what, I changed my mind, I want to watch porn. There was kind of like a slippery slope down into that, and I know people are going to come out and yell, oh, the slippery slope is just a logical fallacy, but when it comes to this, it's a little bit more than that. Most of the times it would start off with me deciding to do something that in itself was really innocent and not sinful at all. Or something that was, lesser. I would want to look at totally not porn. Which is, it doesn't matter. The difference there doesn't matter because the intent was to lust anyway. But as far as these other situations where you want to do something that is by itself innocent, and it seems like it makes sense, and maybe you even genuinely believe, yeah, this is all I want to do. I want to visit this particular web page where I know I'm going to find porn because I want to look at something else on it that isn't, it doesn't have anything to do with that. There's other interesting stuff going on this website, on this message board, whatever it is, on this image board, and I'm just going to, restrain myself. I'm going to ignore the porn, but I'll, check out the other stuff that this place has to offer. Now, that was my mind for a long time there. That doesn't work. Okay? And it's just not how you need to be thinking about it when you're in the midst of this battle and you're trying to get this under control, okay? You have to be totally focused on keeping away from this stuff. You can't ask yourself, how far can I go and still be, okay? You need to be asking yourself, how far away can I get from this sin, okay? How holy can I be? Not how far can I go and still be called a Christian. That's a quote from, I think, Every Man, God's Man. Some good books out there about subjects like this. But anyway, I can talk about those if you guys want. I don't know if you guys want me to or not. Let me know. Comments are there for a reason. But anyway, getting back to the subject here. Satan is real, and he's not stupid. He's been in this game for a really long time, and he's really good at it. And so when you start to reject him just saying, hey, dude, hey, you should totally watch porn because, it'll be really hot. When you start to ignore those kinds of temptations, then he's got to get a little bit more complicated, and he's going to try these compromises and things like that, things to get him just a little bit of a foothold so he can climb back up and, knock you off your high horse. I feel like that's the wrong terminology to use, but I'll roll with it. You have to be able to identify these strategies, and chances are you already have to a degree if you've been struggling with this for any period of time. You've probably noticed times when you didn't want to watch porn, but you did something else that led into that, and you've started to notice the pattern there. You've got to get on top of that and start denying the enemy the opportunity to use those patterns and those footholds against you. Again, even if they're not explicitly sinful, you have to identify these things that lead to that, okay? Let's say you're in a battlefield, okay? And you're trying to protect this one objective here, okay? And there's a hill overlooking it. Okay, the enemy taking that hill doesn't directly hurt you. Him standing there isn't hurting you. Him owning that piece of territory is not equal to you losing the objective that you're trying to defend. But it still gives him a huge advantage. It may decide the battle, and you want to deny him that opportunity and that advantage. It's the same thing with this. Spiritual warfare, I take it very seriously, and you need to take it seriously too if you're serious about getting out of this. So don't compromise. Don't look at totally not porn. I'm not even going to go into that. It's stupid. Lust is lust, okay? I don't need to go into too much depth on why it's not okay to lust after things other than porn, or images other than porn, or people who aren't naked, okay? It's in the same boat there. It's all sexual impurity. It's all having your mind polluted by things that are not of God. Compromise, I did want to touch on that a little bit more. Compromise with things that aren't necessarily sin. These aren't universal, okay? Some people have different levels of self-control and focus and tolerance to certain things. I have a different level now than I did before. I can do things that I couldn't do before. But don't assume that you've reached a certain level of maturity. Don't just assume that. You'll grow over time as your will comes more into line with God's will, but you can't bet on that being a quick thing or a sudden change. In the meantime, you've got to make sacrifices, you've got to stay focused, and you've got to cut out these footholds that lead to the same pattern of sin. So, identify your weaknesses. Find your weak points, find those decisive points where the enemy has, muscled his way in and used something that seems innocent to lead you back into sin. Know what those are. Stay on the lookout for them. Make mental notes of them. Make physical notes of them. Whatever you have to do to get this under control, because it's an important battle. Obedience to God is a very serious thing. And, yeah, there's forgiveness. Okay? God's grace is boundless, and if it takes you years and years to get this under control, He's planned for that. But you do need to be serious. And if you love God, then you're going to be serious about obeying Him and strengthening your relationship with Him as much as possible through obedience and commitment to Him and to His Word. So get on it. Take this seriously. Don't give the enemy anything that he can use. Alright? And that is my little speech for today. So, God bless you guys. Take care. Have a wonderful day. I will keep praying for you. I hope you keep praying for me and for each other. And let's win this. Alright? Take it easy. I'll talk to you later.